wing out there. So much of the game is about angles and understanding angles. And the more the bowler can use the crease from either over or round the wicket, the more you just ask little questions of the batsman. And there in response was an example of how closely Faf du Plessis watches the ball. I know it sounds a simple thing, but how many players really watch the ball onto the bat rather than watch the last 2 feet of its journey and then play an area rather than a specific object itself? Fair few, I'd argue.
In his third test match, Shaheen Afridi, not too long ago, about a year, was playing at the 19 World Cup in New Zealand. It just shows you how things can change very quickly. Showing a lot of heart, a lot of courage, and a lot of skill. He'd have learnt a lot bowling in South Africa.
Just static, really, just playing from the crease, dead still, and letting the ball come to him like few can do. Unusual method, but get away with a lot if he keeps his head still and plays the ball that late.
Shaheen Afridi should have learned a lot, yes, bowling here in South Africa. Another thing he has to try and develop is to change his angle of delivery, not just by over and round the wicket, but use of the crease. Since he has gone round the wicket on this occasion in this over, all 5 deliveries have been bowled from the very same spot on the crease. Needs to just vary that a bit, and that's 6 from the same spot. Created a bit of excitement, but just the fielders are interested. The umpire isn't interested, and he's the most important man. They're sending it upstairs.
Well, a tired team at the end of a tired day, and a captain desperate to pick up a wicket and lift his team. So Joel Wilson's given it not out, and I reckon it'll be ultra edge. Will be the only thing that'll persuade. We didn't hear any noise. Nice braced leg in that delivery stride. Hello. Well done, Sarfraz. Well done, Pakistan. Lovely straight back from Faf du Plessis. It isn't going to help him. The decision will be overturned. Out is the decision. Little scratch from Faf du Plessis. Go on, Sarfraz. Award yourself a smile and a pat in the back. And at last, a long vigil by the South African captain has come to an end. A very fine innings. An innings of courage, commitment, common sense, and a considerable one in the picture of this match.
Yeah, that's the team appreciating Faf du Plessis' efforts. Raises his bat to the Newlands faithful. A fighting innings, Faf du Plessis, South African captain. 103, South Africa 356 for 6.
Vernon Philander. He's walked out to the middle. 850s to his name. Their score of 74, and it's against Pakistan. Score 74 at Supersport Park. Yeah, great position for South Africa. Really have done well throughout today. A big partnership between du Plessis and Mavuma set things up nicely. The lead's gone to 179. It's substantial. This is a look at the wicket. You're interested. He stood around. Skipper wondered whether he should or shouldn't. He went up straight away though. When it came through to him, Sarfraz, bowler as well, umpired. Wilson says no. And belatedly says, let's have a look at that upstairs. And he was right to do so too.
Next man to the crease for South Africa is Vernon Philander. I'm thinking that he missed out on the first test because of a broken digit, or a fractured digit. I think it might not be the kind of match he wants to be batting for too long, especially if he gets one that misbehaves. I don't mind facing the spinner, but if something rears up off a decent length and hits him on that finger again, it's a bowling finger of his, he certainly would not be appreciating that.
That's two, man. Off stump. Middle.
There's always a bit of fear and trepidation for captains at this time of an innings when the bowlers come to the crease on a surface that isn't bouncing off an unusual length. They're wary of their fingers and arms, and often make sure that they go out with an arm guard in place. It was a stipulation in the South African team for a period of time. The guys down there would have had to go out with arm guards on.
It takes one or two though. It must happen first of all. And then he'll start thinking. But at present he'll be in the change room just sorting himself out, just sitting for a bit. 226 balls he faced off du Plessis for his 103. Really good innings.
They're both aggressive by nature, aren't they? De Kock and Philander. I don't know what their mindset would be now. They'd be playing to the close. They'll be looking to score quick runs. I suppose it all depends on whether they think they've got enough runs or they want more runs. I think they need 250. I don't know, how many runs do you think South Africa need here? In the context of the series, Pakistan haven't managed to get over 200 at any stage in the three innings that they've batted. The only thing, I mean, you probably want to get 250 or even try and push as close to 300 as you could, but the only thing on the back of the mind with South Africans is they do know how the surface performs early in the morning at Newlands. 3:59 for 6. Yeah, Graham Smith, he mentioned it earlier, the courage shown, and I think that is the word that should capture every single headline tomorrow around the world. The courage that Faf du Plessis used today here in Cape Town. It's just magnificent. It's not an easy wicket by any stretch of the imagination. It's also an incredibly magnificent bowling attack. Played some exquisite shots. Well-deserved 100. No chances. Bavuma gave a couple of chances. He had a couple of DRS turns against him. But my word, wasn't that captain fantastic? Oh, maybe he actually did, sorry. He gave one chance on 96. captain. Safra has dropped him on 96. That's a lovely shot from de Kock, but yes, Sean, I agree, and I do. It offers a hell of a lot, this wicket, in the morning. It really does. So, I've seen the Pakistan captain as well, talking to the umpires. I don't know whether he's that happy about batting on this surface. It's going to do it, it's going to do it early. Maybe they already have enough.
Nicely played. Won't go all the way to the fence. They continue to build. I'll tell you what, boys, I don't think that they need any more runs at all. I think it's very much a case of enough runs on the board. Just a question of Faf's thinking. Which way does he want to go? And bat just the once and get as many as you can because there's so much time in the game, or say I want to be that ruthless guy. I'm going to be the guy who says, right, I can beat you in 3 days, I'm going to do that. And we spoke earlier about the kind of declarations he's prepared to make. Faf du Plessis sometimes makes kind of unorthodox ones. So the game says at present, and generally with looking at it, no, just bat South Africa and keep going. Nicely played. But it wouldn't surprise me.
You should never underestimate the value of a day off, when you don't have to put your tracksuit on, you don't have to put your kit on to come and do a warm-up, where you can actually pack your bags. You can leave the hotel and get back to their families. Those guys in the dressing rooms, all the players around the world, they spend a lot of time on aeroplanes and different hotels. If they can go back to their families for a couple of days. Invaluable. He'll be one of the men. Dale Staney wanting to make amends, not make amends, but make inroads really early. Wicket to bowl.
It's squelched away behind square. I'm surprised that Vernon isn't looking to get too far forward. As we mentioned earlier, he missed the game in Supersport with a little cracked finger. The last thing he wants to do is have that trapped against the bat handle. It can be extremely painful. I think it's also got to do with Quinton de Kock. If Quinton de Kock, for example, got out, and it's just the bowlers to come, and Faf might consider pulling out earlier rather than later. Doesn't want any of his players getting injured. We saw Hashimamri get wrapped on the fingers. Faf himself.
Well on. It's over. यहाँ से जल्दी है, यहाँ से थोड़ा जल्दी है, जल्दी है. किधर दफा? हाँ, किधर? 5 ओवर हो जाएंगे. एक ओवर अगर 5 ओवर हो जाएंगे, सही जाएगा 5 ओवर.
There's the loyal supporter. Went down last night, but still prepared to come out in his shirt.
What shirt's he wearing, Sean? What team's that?
AC Milan, isn't it?
The other one?
Oh, the other one on the right hand side.
What's that?
Standard Chartered.
Not sure who they are. A bit like the rugby stadium next door. Not quite sure what that's called either. No trophies in that rugby stadium this season.
Oh dear.
Bad shirt, isn't it, Shawnee?
A lesson in how to make friends and influence people by Kevin Peterson.
How many days are you still down here?
Very accommodating. And that tea time tomorrow afternoon, or Sunday or Monday or Tuesday, that might just get deleted. Book under your name, Sean.
Oh, sorry, sir, I don't have a room for you. What you were checking out today?
What you were checking out? Yeah, about right. What is that?
Al-Baghaniya.
Local team, Orlando Pirates, come on. Stay with us.
Orlando Pirates. Yeah, that's a proper football team. I like Orlando Pirates. I do. Proper football team. There we go. So the best of a bad bunch. Liverpool, Newlands. I'm having Orlando Pirates. Another one. There it is. Is that the away strip? Oh man, you know. What is that? Our cameraman, what are you doing? Is there anything, Chelsea? Is there anything for the Sharks? Give me something.
Who?
That's where the curry cup is, Tommy.
373 for 6.
Volleyball. 2nd to 22nd February, live and exclusive on Sony 6 and Sony 10-3.
Number 2, Pakistan. Would have hoped that they'd take more wickets. It's not happened. 2 wickets in the first session, none in the second. Cut away, forced away really. And gone for 4. Quinton de Kock brings up 50. 52 off just 59 balls.
Good innings from de Kock. Played superbly well. Showed us that he was back in some international form in the last match at Supersport Park and has carried on to his 14th Test 50. Second against Pakistan, at Newlands.
Showed his intent pretty much straight away. Got a friendly full toss to start and hasn't looked back since. Likes to get on with things and situation. Said that he could. Lead's gone up to 200 now for South Africa. So he's free to do what he would like to do. We're talking about it as an influence, the de Kock innings to Faf du Plessis. Does he let him have some fun in the morning? Does he feel he has enough? 202, a lead. .379 for 6.
आगे रहो भैया
talking about in the morning, if they just do decide to carry on, which they might well do, the only thing I would suggest is don't roll the surface as a South African team, because if they declare 45 minutes later, 2 rolls of the surface will flatten things out. And I think the South Africans still want the ball to misbehave, and they get the opportunity with a new ball in their hands. So if they're going to roll it, then just maybe a really baby roller. Because I have no doubt that Pakistan will use the heaviest roller possible when they get the opportunity to roll it before they bat again. And we have seen the effect when a good heavy rolling after baking in the sunshine for a while does flatten things out a touch. The lead goes over 200. South Africa 202 is the lead. There's probably only about 9 minutes left of play. 2 or 3 overs. Just don't want to drag it out. They would have jumped at a lead of 202, wouldn't they? Particularly after what they'd seen the surface do. Do you think that'd be 379 for 6? They wouldn't have probably thought about that in their wildest dreams. It's been a good batting performance led by the captain.
.381 for 6. Yeah, there's that first one, friendly, very. And that was very well controlled. But his intent was clear from the start. He would have had in his mind that that kind of thing would happen with one going off the crack, going off the shoulder of the bat. And perhaps that's why he was as positive as he was today. Generally, though, he's a positive player, looks to go after the bowling and scores very quickly. And a quick 50, this one. He's been happy to collect. Just looking to the end of the day now, Pakistan. It's been a hard toil. The start of the day was good. They managed to keep things quiet. They managed to exert some pressure. South Africa weren't free-flowing at the start of the day, but were able to ride the storm. Once they got through it, well, the day has panned out exactly as they would have wanted. Runs and more runs, and still batting at the end of it. .382 for 6.
She's my inspiration. She's the only reason I'm standing here today. The only reason that the Williams sisters exist. So thank you, Venus, for inspiring me.
Tennis is a tough sport. There's no draws, but if there was going to be one, I would have been very happy to accept the draw tonight and share it with Rafa, really. Keep playing, Rafa, please. Tennis needs you.
A little feather through. Should have been grasped by Sarfraz. It wasn't a difficult catch. They do take those balls with absolutely no issues for 99% of the day. Didn't deviate, was just a little feather. He gets to it comfortably, does Sarfraz. And all of those were off the bowling of a bus. So he must be a little bit of a frustrated customer at this stage.
He's toiled hard, hasn't he? Abbas has bowled 31 overs, Amir's bowled 29, Shaheen's bowled 26. Yes, he has swing now, he's bowled his 21st over. Sunglasses, those. There we go, there's a chance, there is a chance. He's gone straight up, the captain Sarfraz has gone straight up. There were two noises. I think we heard the two noises there. Where are we going to go?
There can be two noises. Sometimes the pad can have contact made to it by the bat and it pops up in the air. No issue with the front foot. They're quite convinced. They would have definitely heard something that they liked. Consultation with Yasir Shah, they were quite keen. It was a quick decision to go, it wasn't much consultation. I don't know, maybe that one's turned too much. Definitely hits the flap. And as it goes and makes its way through to the flap, does it make contact with the inside edge? Quinton de Kock doesn't seem too concerned. Pakistan team are now making their way back into their fielding position, so they've almost given up hope on the angles they've seen. Inside edge, ultra edge says no. Some noises before, but nothing as it goes past that inside edge. So maybe there's some contact with glove on pad or bat on pad before the ball was anywhere near. The Kock survives.
Yeah, it is that sound. It's an early sound. It's an early sound. Hits him. He hits his pad as it goes through just then. So checking now for LBW. Not too much chance that would have been out. Ends well for Quinton de Kock. Review's done for Pakistan.
Middle.
It's good. Free ball. Really. I've wasted a lot of time.
We heard the umpire say 3 balls and we're out of here. So the last couple of balls to be carefully managed here by Quinton de Kock.
It's radio, isn't it?
I'm not going to start commentary about the last ball of the day and try and put the commentator's curse on another South African batsman.
I think there's a strike twice shot.
It does strike twice, but just not in the same place.
We're in the same place.
They look stupid. No comment.
Apologies, Brad Pitt. He's done really well, de Kock. He's got to the close. 55. South Africa, what a day for South Africa. A lead of 205. Someday, Captain Bavuma. That was some partnership too. That'll be a happy coach, a happy batting coach. Proud of each other. Happy dressing room, Sean Pollock.
Yeah, very good from South Africa. As you mentioned, 50% Bavuma, 103 and 75 respectively. Quinton de Kock's got himself to 55. It was a tough day's Test cricket for the South Africans. The ball was misbehaving at times, and there's plenty of deliveries that hit the gloves and reared up off a decent length, made life uncomfortable, but they fought through. They were in a strong position after day one. They've just strengthened things on day two. It's at 205 ahead on the first innings, still with 4 second wickets in hand, and they continue to dominate this second Test match here at the end.
It's a lovely day for South Africa's bowlers. Very happy with what the batsmen have done. Back to the day, just the 4 wickets lost. Lots of runs, 259 of them. Gets them 205 ahead. Decent enough rate of 3.01 at the end of the day, having started very slowly and having had to weather the storm of the Pakistani bowlers and cashing in later on. Good innings. Captain Faf du Plessis, really good as well from Temba Bavuma, and all building on what Aiden Markram had done yesterday. Some weary bodies in the Pakistan side, and they'll be wondering, well, do we come back and do we have to go at it all again tomorrow? Will they declare?
And they've been very professional going through the stretches. I can tell you at this stage of the day, all you want to do is get up into that dressing room and sit down, have something cool to drink, but they have to try and get themselves prepared for the next day. So it's a stretch down, maybe even an ice bath or two, to make sure their bodies are fresh enough to come out and perform again on the third day. It's been good from South Africa, as Kwame mentioned. Yesterday Markram was superb for his 78. He was 2 wickets down at the close of play. Hashim Amla went pretty early. Brain didn't survive for very long, 13 or 32. And a great partnership between du Plessis and Bavuma. And then a contribution from Quinton de Kock got South Africa to 382 for 6 of 116 overs. To make sure that they have a lead of 205. There is the partnership, 156 of 318 deliveries, contributions of 80 from du Plessis, 75 from Bavuma, and that laid a wonderful foundation.
The toil from the bowlers. Amir 29 overs, Abbas 31, Shaheen Afridi 26, and Yasir Shah 21. 3 wickets to Shaheen Afridi, 3 for 112, and then a wicket apiece today for Amir and Abbas, and 1 yesterday for Shan Masood, 1 for 19 from his 5. So this is the summary of the match then at the end of day number 2 in this second Test match. Pakistan all out 177, and South Africa's response 382 for 6, lead by 205 at the end of day number 2. Back again tomorrow to see how this goes, on air at 10 AM on Supersport 2. If you're in the area, well, you want to come in and see how this one concludes.